Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my home. Hopefully today will be a little smoother than the past couple of days. Alright, today we're doing the series Roadmap to Enlightenment. This is number 3. It's called Don't Become a Reprobate. Okay, you're going to want to know what the word reprobate means. In Latin it's reprobato. This is one of the 2 power words in English, and I'll tell you why. Reprobate is like a word that antagonizes things in the spiritual realm. I highly recommend not using it in mixed company. To give you an example, I was having a conversation with a guy in the hospital. There was a woman in a different room, okay? Different room, not part of the conversation. Somehow, in the course of my conversation with this nice fellow, the word reprobate came up. Now, she was suffering from a severe case of schizophrenia, other things. She had told other patients she has these visitations at night, demons coming to her, impregnating her, babies going out and becoming demons. Like, she was right nuts. Now, maybe all this, it's not for me to say who's nuts and who's not. I often wonder if people suffering from schizophrenia aren't tuned into things that we don't see. But I'm just giving you a little background. I was having a conversation with a pleasant conversation. We're minding our own business. She hears this word reprobate. She comes storming out. She's a big woman, like 6'1", heavy-set woman. She attacks me physically from behind. She's throwing punches at me. She must have punched me in the head 25 times. I didn't even know it was a human being attacking me. It felt like some big oak cabinet had fallen on me from behind, and these big, heavy books were hitting me. Geez, the hospital calls the cops. There's cops everywhere. The hospital insists on giving me a CAT scan. I don't need no CAT scan. I'm fine. Well, they insisted on it. Okay, no damage. But I tell you, don't use the word mixed company. Reprobate. For some reason, it antagonizes certain types of people. There's 2 power words in the English language. Reprobate and the word yes. If you say yes to God, I tell you, your whole world changes right then. Everything in your life changes. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's irreversible. A woman who says yes to the wrong man, I tell you, she knows her life's going to change. There's no power word equal to the word yes. But I tell you, if you want problems and to antagonize people of, unstable mentality, you might not want to use the word reprobate. But I'm going to tell you what it means. Don't become a reprobate. If you want to study its exact meaning, you can go to the book of Romans chapter 1. If you're able to look at ancient scripture, take what's good and leave the rest, then you get a lot out of ancient scripture. If you expect ancient scripture to be politically correct in all ways, don't bother, because it's not going to meet politically correct standards of today. I find little jewels, little treasures throughout all types of holy books, all types of philosophy books, and I utilize them in my work, and I find it beneficial. But if you can't take the good and leave the rest, don't bother. But I'll tell you what the word means. A reprobate is somebody who has never valued anything in his or her life other than the 4 things that the ego chases. Money, property, status, and empty gratification. If those are the only things you've ever wanted, and you're basically chasing nothing else, and you're begging, just begging God, the universe, whatever it is, to just give you those 4 things. You'll forfeit your soul, you'll accept damnation, all you want of those 4 things. If God ever says yes to that, that's a power word, if God ever says yes to that, now you are a reprobate. Okay, according to Scripture, you are a reprobate. You're eternally condemned while you live. You don't have to go to Judgment Day, you've already been there. You are self-condemned. But as a benefit, you can have money, property, status, and empty gratification, all of it. You can stuff yourself with all of it, but you can never have love, you can never have the truth, you can never have honor, you can never have integrity, you can never have anything of real value. All you can have are the things that have no value at all, the 4 things of the ego. I find that's an interesting concept, even if you're not a believer. What an interesting concept. You can work for 3 hours a day, be President of the United States, have everything handed to you all the days of your life, and all you have to do is become a reprobate. Now, I'm not encouraging anybody to do that. It's the lowest thing a human being can ever be, but That is what a lot of world leaders are, as far as I'm concerned. You look at these people who have everything handed to them all the days of their lives. They have no quality values whatsoever. They're scum. They have the integrity of a jellyfish, and they rule our world. Okay, these people, these men and women, these are reprobates as far as I'm concerned. You have religious leaders who can sin in the name of God. Only a reprobate could do that. Al Capone never committed a sin in the name of God. Neither did any of the worst criminals. I mean, why would they? It's bad luck. If you are committing sin in the name of God, you have to be a reprobate, a complete reprobate. And those are the people who run organized religion. Absolute hypocrisy. Only a reprobate could do that. So don't become a reprobate. Now, I mentioned in the last video how when I was young, Mother Teresa was pulling people out of the gutter, wiping the maggots off them with her bare hands, and you know, so many people are superficial. They seem to think whatever people are doing, what she was doing, it must have been because she liked it. It was fun. Nobody does anything unless it's fun. Why do they have that perspective? Because that's what they're about. They never do anything that's not fun. If young people think that Mother Teresa pulled people out of the gutter because it was fun, it demonstrates just how superficial our young people are. Who raised these young people? Okay, who raised these young people? Was it you? God, I hope not. Who raised these young people? We need to do better than that, okay? The world hangs in the balance. If we raise our young people to have no values at all, if we raise our young people, don't do anything that's not fun. Just, you know, don't give a damn about others. Just fill your boots with emptiness. All right? What do we want them to become reprobates? Is that our goal? If it's our goal, we're doing a great job. If it's our goal to teach our kids something valuable, then we have failed utterly, and we will be held to account for that. We will not be having an incarnation. We will not be having an eternity that is joyful for us. You know, if we want to have joy in the afterlife, we got to make some sacrifices now. We got to learn what it is to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Now, the ego wants us to chase after things that hold no real value, the things that the reprobate can have in abundance. We can become reprobates and have it all. Anybody can become a reprobate. A reprobate can never have love, the truth, honor, integrity, or anything that holds real value. Okay? When I say, why would you want to be nothing? Why would you want to have nothing? You might say, well, I don't have nothing. I've got a house. I've got a nice car. You know. Well, okay. Maybe you do. But when I look at somebody who's a reprobate, I see somebody who's a child molester. I see somebody who's a swindler, a liar, a thief. Yeah, he's got a big house and a nice car. But the things that he has hold no real value. He holds no real value. A reprobate has no value at all. His possessions have no value at all. All of that is zero. Okay, I'm saying we need to add up to more than zero. 1,000,000 times zero is still zero. We need to be more than zero. We have to get beyond zero. Now, when I look at Donald Trump, he will condemn illegal aliens. He says they're rapists and murderers. They're coming to get us. But in his companies, in his golf courses and everything, he employs illegal aliens. This is a known fact. Now, we look at that as a contradiction. Now, when Donald Trump says, you know, these companies are moving jobs to China, I'm going to stop them from doing it. Okay, whenever Donald Trump has had a product produced through one of his companies, it's been produced in China. That's a contradiction. Now, you might think his supporters would see that contradiction as bad, but bear in mind, the ego is all about contradiction. Okay, think about that. When he contradicts like that to such an extent, when he's condemning in unspeakable ways these illegal immigrants while employing them at the same time, his supporters know that he's employing them at the same time. They love the contradiction because to the ego, contradiction is reality, okay? When you wonder why so many people are enthusiastically supporting Donald Trump, bear in mind, to these people, that contradiction is reality. And not just reality, it's their highest reality. It's the reality that they think is going to make their dreams come true. I want you to know all of this. I want you to know why it is you need to get rid of the human ego. I want you to know that if you chase after the meaningless trinkets, the mansions, the Rolls Royce, the right to break the law and get away with it, these are trinkets. If you give yourself over to that, if you become a reprobate, then you're a trinket too. You're a trinket that has trinkets. You are nothing, you have nothing, okay? That is no good. That is not what you want, okay? We got to get 1% of the world's population to accept enlightenment and practice it. That is our only hope. That is the only hope for the world. I hope this means something to you. It means something to me. Okay? I'm prepared to swim upstream against chaos. I really don't care if I get attacked and punched 25 times in the head and need a CAT scan. If somebody wants me to stop telling the truth, they're going to have to shoot me several times and make it count. Because I have nothing at all to gain by chasing trinkets. I do have something to gain by pursuing that which has value. If I pursue that which has value, then I too have value because I'm pursuing that which has value. If what I do, if I'm being loving and kind to others and bless them in some way, that has real value. That value goes with me when I leave this world. The trinkets will not go with us. I want you to contemplate that. My name is Scott McGurn, and thank you for your time.